Clarence Thomas made a suspicious visit to Congress.
Justice Thomas, can we ask who you were meeting with today?
What'd you say?
Can we ask who you were meeting with this afternoon?
Nobody.
You weren't meeting with the speaker, you were in the
Oh, God, no.
So what are you doing up here?
Oh, just walking.
No meetings in particular?
I'm going to tell you about. What do you do? You just sort of stand around and photobomb people?
No, I'm calling with TMZ.
I know you. I'm just giving you a hard time.
Okay, man.
So you go around bothering people?
No, actually, we find interesting people.
This creepy interaction happened on the same day that the Supreme Court dropped a ruling to end 90 years of checks on presidential power. Bye-bye, checks and balances. Though they also made a ruling on mail-in ballots that has Donald Trump blaming whoever told him to appoint Amy Coney Barrett and berating Chief Justice John Roberts. Seriously, who has done more for Donald than John Roberts? Anyway, after those Supreme Court rulings, today we have stories about how government websites are tracking you, all the keystrokes. Polymarket was caught promoting fake bets, and Comcast announced that they're consciously uncoupling themselves from NBCUniversal. Please just don't screw up Bravo, okay? I'm Sammy Sage, and this is the Morning Announcements, your less than 10-minute rundown of current events and the easiest way to always know what the is going on. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss anything. It's the last week of the Supreme Court's term, which means they're dropping their biggest rulings of the year and the ones that are most sure to piss people off. But first, Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas shadily showed up to Congress yesterday. When asked why he was there, he went with this approach.
You can't tell us why you're up here today, who you're meeting with? Who are you meeting with, sir? Were you up here for any particular reason? No info on who you may have been meeting with? Anyone in House GOP leadership? That's who has offices in there.
Very cagey. And what's with that strange, hysterical sounding laugh thing? I don't know. I just don't like his laugh. Politico reporter Meredith Lee tweeted that Republicans say he was there to visit the special doctor's office that members of Congress get to go to. Don't get me started on that. As you'd expect, though, Clarence went full no comment when it came to talking about his actual job, the Supreme Court rulings.
Any comment on today's decisions and the end of the Supreme Court term?
You have good questions.
And any comment on the end of the term?
You have good questions.
Enough about Clarence. On to those rulings. The Supremes ruled 5-4 that mail ballots can be counted as long as they're postmarked by Election Day, even if they arrive by up to 5 days after Election Day, which is a decision that applies to 18 states that have this type of grace period. This was not what the president wanted, who historically has had a problem with all votes being counted unless they happen to be for him, and predictably, he went off on the justices whom he perceives as disloyal, even though Trump voters' ballots can also arrive after Election Day just as much as any others. Donald weirdly seemed even more angry about the prospect of his own voters' votes being counted than he did about the fact that the Supreme Court also declined to hear his appeal of the E. Jean Carroll verdict, which means that he has to pay her the $5 million damages award that he owes from the jury that found him liable for sexual abuse and defamation. He, of course, posted a short rant on his little social media app, but I don't know. This one just doesn't seem to have the gusto. You tell me what you think. To be fair, he had a lot of rulings to react to, and one of yesterday's decisions made him very happy.
Big case today. That was really a big case because it gave strength to presidents and strength to the presidency. A very important case.
The court made a huge ruling that allows him to fire the FTC commissioner, which is a precedent that can be applied to him firing basically any regulator he wants without cause. This is a big deal because it overturns a 91-year-old court decision known as Humphrey's Executor, which for some reason my brain always thinks of as Humphrey's guillotine, which is actually what happened to Humphrey's executor. Anyway, this decision, paired with another one that the Supremes dropped yesterday, make it so that the only roles this precedent does not apply to are the Federal Reserve Board, which means he won't be able to fire Federal Reserve Governor Lisa Cook, at least not yet, though he attempted to fire her earlier this year by accusing her of mortgage fraud so that he could install one of his other sycophants. Just another day. Just a heads up that there are a few more Supreme Court rulings scheduled to come this week, probably today. 2 of them are cases regarding transgender athletes and state bans on transgender women and girls in sports, plus a campaign finance law case, and the big one, birthright citizenship, which the Trump administration is set on ending. Make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you get tomorrow's episode right when it comes out. The co-founder of Airbnb is helping the Trump administration track you through government websites that you visit. I'm sorry to break this to you. Last year, Donald Trump created an office called the National Design Studio, staffed it with Doge veterans like Big Balls, ugh, I hate thinking about him, and put Airbnb co-founder Joe Gebbia in charge. Despite the vagueness of its name, the National Design Studio has been tasked with quietly rebuilding numerous government websites with code that tracks what every visitor does on the site and sends the data to a destination that is not visible on the public internet. This type of code is currently running on government sites for passport applications, TrumpRx, the Trump Savings Account site, and a mirror website of vote.gov, except controlled by the White House, which is so many layers of problems that I can't even get into here. And the code that they put into those websites enables it to record and replay every click, scroll, and keystroke a visitor made when they were on the site. A government so small it can fit right on your shoulder, watching what you do. Nothing to see here, just a little bit of light big brothering. If you've ever felt any FOMO over Polymarket, don't. Your FOMO could be based on lies, which I feel confident in saying because the Wall Street Journal did a major investigation where they analyzed over 1,000 videos and found that the bets shown in all of them were fake. And those people were actually paid by Polymarket to post that they had won, even though they lost, if they even played at all. Influencers who worked with Polymarket also told the Wall Street Journal that the company gave them password-protected dupe websites to use to film their videos with trades that look real, which Polymarket would then approve before they posted, because they were paid. Those fake wins have gotten over 140 million views because Polymarket is also paying clippers to share and repost those videos with the fake winnings. So you're telling me that the scam industry utilizes scam advertising? Color me scammed. Comcast announced that it plans to dismantle itself by spinning off NBCUniversal, which owns its crown jewels of IP, Bravo, Law & Order, Saturday Night Live, and Telemundo. In addition to their theme parks division, movie franchises such as Wicked, Minions, and Fast and the Furious, Peacock, and the European media business Sky. Comcast will continue flying solo, without the Wicked franchise, and will remain a broadband and connectivity business. And it seems the market reacted pretty positively to this plan, because Comcast share price went up by more than 4% yesterday, after being down around 30% for the past year. Yay, stock prices. Whoopee. I'm Sammy Sage, and this was the Morning Announcements, your less than 10-minute breakdown of current events and the easiest way to always know what the is going on. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss an episode. God, these people never stop, do they?